Oh no.
I don't think I'm drunk enough for this part of the conversation.
Hey, it's Sue. And Megan.
And Amber.
The Spine Breakers Unabridged. So we have a special guest with us today. This is Amber. Her channel is called Amber Unabridged. If you don't know her or you're not subscribed to her,
we will link her down below.
Yes,
please go subscribe to her
out
because she's amazing.
Yeah. And we made her wear green lipstick so that she would fit in.
And it looks amazing on her and she's rocking it.
Yes.
So we are also going to drink some Missouri beers in this video because we are in Springfield, Missouri because Amber has come to visit us.
All the way from Milwaukee.
Wisconsin.
Please her boobs.
Please observe
Wisconsin. Yeah.
And I'm having a float trip from Piney River Brewing Company, which apparently won a World Beer Cup Gold Award.
Oh, snap.
Damn, girl.
And this is from Bucyrus, Missouri. That's how you say it, right?
Yeah, I want to name a human Bucyrus.
Bucyrus. And I think it's just
like
kind of a light, you know, beer you'd take on a float trip. It doesn't really say Springfield. Oh, it's a blonde ale. There we go. Blonde ale.
I am drinking White Creek Wit from White River Brewing Company.
Yes.
It's a ale brewed with orange peel and coriander. And I'm a fan. This is right down the street.
Coriander is the same as cilantro, right?
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't
think so.
And I am drinking the Revelation Stout from Public House Brewing Company, which is in St. James, Missouri.
Today we're doing a book haul because, you know, obviously we went to some bookstores.
We did.
Amber was down here to show her some of our favorites.
Damn, girl.
Megan's gonna start because she got a lot.
I kind of went off the deep end here on our...
I, for once, was very conservative. I only got 5 books. But I've been trying to whittle down
I was going to say, I tried really hard to whittle down.
I just got rid of like 100 books. And now I'm replacing some.
Well, I mean, you didn't buy 100.
Yeah,
so
I didn't buy
okay.
100. I didn't buy 100.
Yeah.
So, Megan, you want to kick us off?
Oh, sure.
Where's the first place we went to? Do we want to go in order of where we went? Or
I don't know that I can because I don't remember.
Okay, well, we'll just say where we went. We went to Uriel's Unusual Books, is that what it was called? And then the next day we went to Half Price Books, which is not the chain store. Here we have a little like independent used bookstore called Half Price Books that's been around since like the 80s. So I'm pretty sure they were around before the chain was.
Right.
And they haven't, you know, changed their name or anything, so.
Yeah.
And then lastly we went to Hooked on Books.
Yep. So all local independent used bookstores.
Yep.
I had a lot of fun.
Me too. Yeah, they're super fun bookstores.
Yeah.
And I like taking people there because it's really fun just to be like, here's this bookstore I love.
Yeah.
I think Uriel's was probably my favorite. It was kind of hippy dippy.
Yeah, super hippy dippy.
Yeah, like and especially the back room when it got like next level spiritual type shit, and I was like, all right. Yeah. Okay, the lights are actually lower, and
well, there's a projector screen with like a space scene on it, and then like there was ambient
music,
ambient music. I don't know why I tried to say that really fancy. But
because you wanted to. That's why.
Ambient music.
About fancy as hell.
About fancy as shit, y'all.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna lead us off with my favorite.
Maybe you should go like 2, 1, 1, 2. Listen, we've been here before where I had to do that, so I'm not judging.
I bought a lot of stuff, okay?
I'm not judging. I'm just enjoying every moment of all of this.
God. So I'm normally very conservative, but I was on one and I bought a lot of things. But I found a lot of good stuff. And I'm going to lead off with my favorite purchase of the weekend.
My favorite purchase
It's definitely
as well.
the best.
It's called Skin of the Soul. And it is a collection of short stories, horror stories written by women, edited by Lisa Tuttle. And let's
get up in there with that cover.
Let's just get up in here with this
unsettling.
cover. I want you to look at this face. Look at the face.
Sorry,
You'll never,
not sorry.
Ever
And the
forget that face. and the hands.
Yeah. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
It was initially like a cover. You were like, this cover's ridiculous.
Look at this silly cover.
But then you saw that it was a collection of short horror stories by women. You're like, actually, that sounds really cool.
Actually, yes, I will take that.
Yeah.
So, and it has a story by Joyce Carol Oates in it. So,
and what's the second story in this?
Boobs. The second story is called Boobs.
That's great.
So yeah, this is gonna be insane, and I'm so excited for it.
Yeah.
So then next, since I'm gonna do two, I already own this in a bind up, but I wanted a like standalone copy. So it's Dawn by Octavia Butler, the queen and magician of books. I don't know.
Of life.
I feel like she should have a longer title.
Yeah.
The queen and psychic of the human condition.
Yeah, I love her. So
this is probably my least interesting pick, I would say, is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I've been wanting to read this forever, and it was there. And that particular store, I had not yet grabbed anything.
right.
So then I saw it, and I was like, oh, I just got it. And that's that. That's my story.
That's my story,
And I'm sticking to it.
What they said.
90s country music. Okay, so the first one I got this a year.
If you're gonna throw things, like, I don't know, it's not that kind of establishment, okay?
Oh, Kira's being so cute.
She
rolling
does
around
that all the
cleaning
time when we're
herself.
filming. She sits on that, she lays on that rug and it's just like
Rolls around.
So cute.
Okay.
Okay, so the first book I got at Uriel's, and it is Midnight Robber by Nalo Hopkinson. I'm not sure. But this is a sci-fi book. I think it's sci-fi. Yeah, it says it's carnival time and the Caribbean colonized planet of Toussaint is celebrating with music, dance, and pageantry. So it's about a father and daughter. The father and daughter are thrust into the brutal world of New Halfway Tree. Here monstrous creatures from folklore are real and the humans are violent outcasts in the wild. And the daughter must become the robber queen herself. I don't know what that means, but it sounded interesting. And I had heard of Nalo Hopkinson. I hope I'm saying that correctly, so I got it. I've heard it.
Oh, balls.
I'm just batting 1,000 tonight.
Okay, I'm not sure where to go with this because there's books and technology everywhere.
Books and technology.
I just dropped my seat in my beer in case you didn't see that. I'm still drinking it. Yep.
Well, yeah, I mean, alcohol is self-cleansing, so...
Right.
So it works.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so I got NW by Zadie Smith, which I've never read anything by Zadie Smith, but I have wanted to read White Teeth. And so I saw this and I was like, oh, well, maybe this will be interesting. So I guess it's the story of the northwest corner of a city. There are people, I don't know, it sounds weird, y'all, I don't know.
Weird.
Then I also got The Rook by Daniel O'Malley, which Sue has read and enjoyed, and so I thought I would give it a go.
So, this is one that I got, I think at Half Price Books.
Yeah.
And it is The Road Through the Wall by Shirley Jackson. The powerful first novel by the author of the most controversial short story ever published.
Oh, hell. Cool.
Apparently it's her first, I'm just holding this directly in front of my face. Apparently it's Shirley Jackson's first novel.
That's cool.
I just grabbed it because I love her and I hadn't read this one yet. And I want to own all of her books because she's amazing. And that's my story for that one. I don't know, just I really love Shirley Jackson.
Yeah,
She's pretty amazing.
If I had found it first, I would have bought it. The next one I got at Half Price Books, and it's The Physics of Love by Carla Kirchner. And this was actually a brand new book. It's a little book of poetry by a local Ozarkian author. And I mean, the cover really drew me in because it's amazing.
Very cool.
I consider getting it.
But I also just like that it's kind of math, it's got like math, physics stuff in it, and I like combining things that don't seem to go together, like physics and poetry. So I thought I'd check it out and see what I think of it.
I also got Plan B by Jonathan Tropper. I had read This Is Where I Leave You, and I really liked it because I thought it was very funny, but also very like real and kind of dark humor. And this is about a group of friends as they're like growing closer to their 30th birthdays, and like none of them are where they thought they would be. And so and I'm like, well, that's relatable. So I thought this would be an interesting read. And like I said, I really liked This Is Where I Leave You. So, and then I got The Circle by Dave Eggers, which is a dystopian novel.
What? You?
I never read those. Which it's about the world's most powerful internet company and a woman who goes to work for them.
Huh.
So,
I have that book also, but I have not read it yet.
I've seen it around, but I never really paid it any attention at all whatsoever.
Yeah, they made a movie out of it, but I don't think it got very good reviews and stuff.
I may have bought this on my Kindle already, but I don't know.
So my next one is Tales You Lose by Carol J. Perry, a witch city mystery.
Ooh.
I have never heard of this author or series before, and I don't generally read mysteries.
Yeah.
But it sounded intriguing, and it's about somebody who loses their TV psychic job and has to go be an instructor in Salem, Massachusetts, but then there's a murder, potentially, and they have to start figuring out what's going on, and I just like the cover. There's a cat, and it just sounded intriguing, and it was...
There's a cat.
There's a cat.
There's a cat.
There's a cat.
So what are you going to do?
Yeah.
So the next book that I also got at Half Price Books is Alfred Hitchcock Presents The Master's Choice. And this is a collection of short stories, horror stories. And I have Alfred Hitchcock Presents Stories Not for the Nervous, which I read and I enjoyed. So I thought this would go nicely with that. And yeah, it's got, I think it's got a story by Philip K. Dick and one by Robert Bloch. I've heard of both of those at least. But yeah, I think it'll be a good time.
Probably.
Oh look, Gone Girl.
Oh my.
But not
Gone
the book.
Girl.
But not, yeah.
Not the book.
Obviously not. These
Short
are all
story.
probably from like the 50s and 60s, I would assume.
That's an old book too.
Yeah, this was copyright 1979.
So I got Lady Oracle by Margaret Atwood. This dust jacket is tattered.
Yeah.
But the book underneath it is actually like really pretty.
Yeah.
It's very, very neat looking. This is a story about a young woman.
Like twist turned upside
Down.
I liked it. Oh my god, I fucked it up.
Oh
I know all the words. I do.
Disgrace
Man,
to your family.
Man, there was this guy who sang it at karaoke one time, and he fucked it up real bad. And the words were right there. And I made fun of him for like a year.
Yeah, look, the words are right there.
Yeah.
I tried to sing karaoke one time and I was way too drunk and I just gave up. I like handed the microphone back to the KJ and was like, I'm done. I can't do
The
this.
KJ. Oh,
Karaoke jockey.
Yeah, me and my friend Nathan tried to sing Poison by Belle Biv DeVoe.
God.
And we were both way too drunk, combined with, like, for me at least, I wasn't super, I know the chorus to Poison, but I don't really know the verses that well.
I know the chorus and that's about it.
Yeah, but we butchered that song real bad.
Oh, Nathan.
Did you have fun though?
Oh, yeah.
That's all that matters.
So Lady Oracle is about a young woman whose sanity is threatened by the fact that the several lives she has lived separately and secretly are coming together and will be exposed. So she plans her own accidental death to avoid it. And then I also got May We Be Forgiven by A.M. Holmes. And I got this because it said it's a darkly comic look at 21st century domestic life and the possibility of personal transformation. So, honestly, like the darkly comic part kind of got me. Especially when it's combined with just like normal life. So
So I found Contemporary Japanese Literature, an anthology of fiction, film, and other writing since 1945, edited by Howard Hibbett. I don't know who he is, but I love Japanese literature a lot. And there are 2 contributing authors in here that I have heard of, but I'm not familiar with the stories in here. So I was really excited, and I saw it, and I was like, oh man, watch it be really expensive. But it was really cheap, and I was like, well then...
That has to go home with you.
It was destiny, really.
Right.
It was destiny. I also just noticed, setting it right here, that it says Japan right here.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, Nihon. And then this was on a shelf that I walked past, and the cover intrigued me, and so I read the description. It's The Girl from Berlin by Ronald H. Balsam, and it's about someone who invites their friend to their Chicago restaurant for help, and something about his aunt getting evicted from her land because somebody swindled her out of her lease or her deed, and then the friend that he asked to help with it ends up looking through manuscripts from from Berlin or Italy or somewhere. I thought I saw something about Italy. No, I think it's just Berlin. I don't remember. I've been drunk all weekend. You'd think I would know that it was Berlin because it's right in the title that I just read.
Yeah, but like sometimes life is complicated.
Yeah, sometimes a book will say it's something about Berlin and it'll take place in Italy. Who knows?
You never know.
Really. But it just sounded interesting. I know nothing about this at all. Apparently even what city it's in, so...
But it's fine.
It's fine.
We'll get there.
I'm gonna drink some more beer.
That's the best choice.
The next book I got is from Hooked on Books, and it's Haunted by Chuck Palahniuk. And I think, I'm a little confused because it says Haunted, a novel, but then on the back it says it's made up of 23 horrifying, hilarious, and stomach-churning stories, which doesn't sound like a novel to me.
It's presented as people, it's a novel of a bunch of people telling their own individual life stories, kind of, that they intertwine interestingly and very strangely. Very strangely.
Okay. Yeah, and I think I've mostly heard pretty good things about this one. I feel like Chuck Palahniuk is kind of hit or miss from what I hear. I've only read Fight Club from him previously, and I thought it was good, but I didn't love it. I thought I'd check out Haunted.
That's the only book of his that I've read. It was really weird, but I really liked it.
I'd really like to read Haunted.
And I do like this cover. It's very haunting.
Oh. All right, that's why you bought
it. So I bought this book. It's called Opium: A History by Martin Booth, which drew my attention because of what I do, and so I picked it up and started flipping through it. And when I did, it used to belong to the doctor that I currently work with. So I thought, well, I need this. Fun fact. So I'm going to take it to work and show it to him. And then I also got Fell Side by M.R. Carey, which I had never heard of, but I liked The Girl with All the Gifts. And so I kind of peeked in here, and it says it's a story about a maximum security prison on the edge of the Yorkshire moors. It's a place where Jess Molson could be spending the rest of her life. It's a place where the walls whisper, and one voice belongs to a little boy with a message for her. Oh. Will she listen?
Huh.
I don't know.
Sounds good.
I got both of these ones at Uriel's, which is the first bookstore that we went to. This one is called The Dream of the Red Chamber by Cao Chuan? That sounds...
Is it a Chinese name?
Yeah.
I sort of a little bit have some knowledge of how to pronounce Chinese names, but I'm not for sure. I would probably say Cao Zhuqian.
Okay.
Or something close to that. I don't know. I could be wrong.
It sounds a lot better than Cao Chuan. So, but it's a witty and risque account of a young boy's mystical birth and early school days in Imperial China. And it just it's a little
adorable.
And it's a teeny tiny itty bitty little mini book, and I'm kind of
cute.
obsessed with mini books.
It's adorable.
And Asia. So I needed it.
Yeah. Definitely.
And then I saw this and I got super excited. Super excited.
She did.
Yeah, she
can
did.
confirm.
Agree. Yes.
Because I've actually been looking for this for the last couple months.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But because I essentially mostly only buy from used bookstores, it's not exactly the most common thing.
Right.
I'm really good at words right at this moment.
Words hard.
I've been drunk all weekend, okay? It's Sadako and the Thousand Paper Cranes by Eleanor Kerr. And it's about a young girl in Japan in the 40s or 50s. I don't know exactly when it takes place after the bombing in Hiroshima, but it takes place after the bombing in Hiroshima, and this young girl starts to get sick, and she's diagnosed with leukemia. I'm pretty sure it's leukemia. I read the story like 20 years ago. There's this belief in Japan that if you can make 1,000 paper cranes, you can get a wish, or that it'll give you good luck. So she starts trying to make 1,000 paper cranes, and she has like friends and other kids in the hospital that help her. And I don't want to spoil the ending.
The last book that I got was from Hooked on Books, and it's the Zombie Survival Guide, Complete Protection from the Living Dead by Max Brooks. And I loved World War Z by Max Brooks. I thought that was a great book, and so I thought I'd check this one out. I think it's kind of a comedy, from what I understand. Hopefully he's as funny as his dad.
So the last book that I got was The Temple of My Familiar by Alice Walker. I love, love, love Alice Walker. And this is a story about 2 marriages in crisis and a third that has long since shaken down. Again, I didn't really know a lot about this book before I bought it. I just know that I love Alice Walker.
That's a solid approach.
Yeah.
And then my last book is The Thing Around Your Neck by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. And I saw it, and I recently discovered this author. I listened to the audiobook for Americana, and then I listened to, she did a collection of, or sort of like a manifesto, because her friend asked for advice for how to raise her daughter as a feminist.
Yeah.
And so I really love the way that she views the world. I love the points that she makes, the way she explains things, and her writing is really great. And so I've decided that she's going to be one of my auto-buy authors. Anytime I see something I don't have, it's going to be mine. And I also love this cover so much. The butterflies are really cool. And I normally don't go for hardcovers, although I got a couple.
Yeah.
But I saw it and I usually did.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't buy a book just because it's a hardcover.
Yeah.
If I know I can get it in paperback anyway.
Yeah, I prefer paperback. I'll buy hardcovers unless it's part of a series and the rest of the series is in paperback, then I have to have the whole thing in paperback.
Yeah.
So
I will get books in hardcover that are calling to me. Like certain books give off vibes,
and you have to have them.
And some of them have to be hardcover. Like some of them are just it's rare.
I feel you.
It's rare, but it does happen for hardcover for me. Mostly it's just like, you need to take me home. And I'm like, all right.
Take me home tonight.
I don't want to let you go till I see the light.
What do y'all think of the beers?
I like this beer. Do you want to try this beer, Amber?
Yeah, you should try mine too before I drink it all.
Before it's gone.
Anybody need to...
What are you drinking? Oh, I've had that.
Yeah, we're familiar.
We're familiar with all the White River beers. Very familiar.
That's good.
Yeah. I like this float trip. I think it's pretty good. If I was going on a float trip, I would drink it.
Well, yeah, that's really nice and refreshing.
Yeah.
This is I really like the stout, but again, it's just so hot.
It's very
so
warm
hot
here
for
this
stouts.
weekend. It was like 80 degrees today.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was crazy.
If I look like I'm sweating a lot, it's because I am.
It's quite hot.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really like the
White Creek Wit.
The White Creek Wit.
White Creek Wit.
I do. And I remember whatever one you guys brought me when you came to Milwaukee, I really liked.
Yeah,
by
I
them.
don't remember what it was.
And everything.
Yeah, White River makes really good
Yeah, White
beer.
River
Yeah.
has really good beer.
I'm a fan.
And Piney River makes really good beer too.
Yeah. Public House makes okay beer, but
Yeah.
this is a good one.
Yeah.
That's a really good stout.
All right, so that was our Springfield book haul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun book adventuring and beer adventuring with you two.
Yeah.
Yes, it was very much fun. Very much fun.
Yeah.
And lipstick adventuring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you guys had more fun with it. I'm like pleasantly surprised. I'm like, hey, I actually like the way I
think
look
it
in
looks
this.
really good.
Yeah, I think you look awesome with that on.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
All right, so that's it for us.
Yeah.
Thanks, Amber, for coming to visit us.
Yay!
Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.